प्रभु जी का यहाँ पर स्वागत करते हैं। एक बार हरे कृष्णा मंत्र जोर से बोल करके।
Is it good to mic the harmonium? Can we mic the harmonium also? Makes it more powerful. Yeah. Put a mic in to see if that does for it. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare Gopi Jana Balaba 𝗕𝗵𝘀𝗀 Gopi Jana Balaba 𝗕𝗵𝘀𝗀 Jasodandana Rajajana Ranjana Jasodandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Chera Vanachari Jamuna Chera Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sing loudly with feeling. Put your heart into it. Krishna will hear you. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Premanande. Jai. That was great. Hare Ram Sankirtan Ki. Nothing sweeter than Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. Okay, I can use the. I'll take the Gita. Give me a Gita.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We have some people coming in on Zoom also. Let's see. Yeah, great. All right. Okay. Tonight we're going to study a very special verse. Of course, every verse is very special. Every word that comes out of Krishna's mouth is unlimitedly sublime and special. So you can read any verse in the Bhagavad Gita and become perfect in spiritual life. If you take it into your heart. Bhagavad Gita is not in one ear, not the other ear, but you take it through your ears and go deep, deep, deeper than your core of your heart, and then the most amazing transformation will happen in your consciousness. You'll become what is called Krishna conscious. It's not simply an empty word. Krishna consciousness is the perfection of our existence. What are you doing? The mic? Okay, there we go. Let's go. Thank you. All right. So tonight, Bhagavad Gita 4:38. This verse came to mind the other day when I was just talking with my disciples. I went, this is really, really a powerful verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nahi jnanena sadrisham vitramiha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kalinat mani vindati. Nahi jnanena sadrisham vitramiha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kalinat mani vindati. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kalinat mani vindati. vindati tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kalenatmani vindati jnanena sadrisham pavitramaya vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddha. A duet. Ladies? Any ladies want to lead us? Now's your chance. I couldn't hear it. All right. Word for word. No. Nothing. He certainly, jnanena, with knowledge, sadrisham, in comparison, pavitram, sanctified, iha, in this world, vidyate, exists, tat, that, svayam, himself, yoga, in devotion, samsiddha, he who is mature, kalena, in course of time, atmani, in himself, vindati, enjoys. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Om Vishnu Pad Padamahamsa Pariva Jagarcharja Astatara Sadashi Shimadesi Bhakti Vedantati Dandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism, and one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time. Purport. When we speak of transcendental knowledge, we do so in terms of spiritual understanding. As such, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of our bondage, and knowledge is the cause of our liberation. This knowledge is the mature fruit of devotional service, and when one is situated in transcendental knowledge, he need not search for peace elsewhere, for he enjoys peace within himself. In other words, this knowledge and peace culminate in Krishna consciousness. That is the last word in the Bhagavad Gita. Wow. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatha Badakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhaitam Savadutam Parijana Savitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatnyate Satarine. In this world, Krishna says, there's nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Just see how important it is to become knowledgeable, you see. Everybody's looking for something very sublime, you see. I want something sublime. a place to live, something to eat, an activity. Everybody must have something very, very sublime. Well, they're looking in the wrong place. It's all here. The most sublime, nectarian, splendorously magnificent thing is right here in the pages of Gita, you see. You Indians are very, very unfortunate. You were born with this stuff. You have it in your blood, you see. So take advantage of your Indian heritage and to go running after Western technology, you see. It's okay, you can use Western technology, but this is not sublime. You know what this Western technology is doing now? It's putting people out of jobs. This IT, people are being, new people entering the workplace can't find jobs because the IT took it away. So this technology may appear very nice, but the real solution, when IT and robots gradually took over everything, what's the solution? Self-sufficient farming. Get back to the land, you see. So that's where we're going to have to go as a world civilization. Just a little side note here. If we keep replacing jobs with robots in IT, it starts doing everything, then the land is where we have to go. Get back to the land. Get a cow, get a bull, and work the land. That's where we have to go eventually if we're going to have an economy that works on this planet. That's another point. But such a culture will not work unless we have Krishna consciousness. So that's why it's very important to understand Krishna. Understand our relationship with Krishna, who I am, where have I come from. So the difficulty is, people think I'm a body. I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm male, I'm female, I'm 16, I'm 78, whatever. We're totally misidentifying ourselves with this rotting corpse. How can you be happy when you disidentify yourself with a bag of bones and blood? It gets old and wrinkles and falls apart. Our senior citizens can confirm. I know it's 78, you know, but it's like the whole thing is going down, 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 down. I recently met with my godbrother, Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, in Andiyor in Govardhan. He said, how's your health? I said, physically, spiritually up. So that's it, my dear listeners, my dear Prabhus, Manajis, Indian gentlemen, please understand, if you misidentify with your body, you're cutting your own throat. You want to cut your own throat? You're doing that if you misidentify with that. It may be cool when you're young. Yeah, I got energy, I'm good looking, you know, I got a sharp brain, and I got money, I got a job, and boom, boom, I got a nice car or a nice motorcycle or whatever, good helmet. You may think you can enjoy, but I guarantee you, such enjoyment based on the material body is into ignorance. It's sheer ignorance, because it's only temporary. You're going to lose it today, tomorrow, next week, or a few decades around. You see. But if you base your happiness on your relationship with Krishna, you're setting yourself up for an amazing, amazing adventure. Why? How can I say that? Well, Krishna, the scriptures tell us, 𝗕𝗵𝘴𝘃𝗀𝘀. You ever seen Krishna as an old man with a hearing aid and gray hair and a cane? No, he's an eternal youth. 𝗕𝗵𝘴𝘃𝗀𝘀, scriptures tell us. And if you become connected with Krishna, that youthful nature will become your nature also. This is why our Prabhupada is an old man, but he was more youthful than us 20-year-olds, actually. He had more youthful enthusiasm than we 20-year-olds had when we joined ISKCON. He was the youngest of all of us in his spirit, in his mood, his excitement, his thrilling adventure he was having, you see. He was more young than any of us, you see. So we learned from Prabhupada, you see, how to tap into eternal youthfulness. By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, and studying this knowledge that supports. If they want to know why you're chanting, we can tell them why, you see. They say, well, this is just some cult, you know, they're brainwashing you, telling you to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No, this is knowledge and a science behind this, you see. This is not a sentimental religion. This is not Hinduism. This is Vedic religion, the science of the soul in relationship with God. Or you could call it perfection of Hinduism, if you want to identify with that word. But it's actually beyond this ism or that ism. It's the perfection of anything. You're a perfect Hindu, a perfect Muslim, a perfect Sikh, a perfect Jain, a perfect Jew. Whatever you're into from your culture, if you add Krishna consciousness, you become a perfect this or that, you see. We don't ask people to convert from Islam to Hinduism or whatever. Become a perfect Muslim, a perfect Christian, a perfect Jew by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So let's dive into this wisdom here a little deeper. Let's go some deep sea diving in Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Nothing so sublime and pure. So Krishna puts this on the top of anything that's pure, anything that's sublime. You see? Transcendental knowledge. What's the difference between knowledge and transcendental knowledge? You see? Mundane knowledge is the material world, you know. 1 + 1 = 2. How to make electricity, how to make a windmill generate electricity. This is mundane knowledge. You see. We can use it, but we shouldn't be confused by it and thinking that's our happiness. You know, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, so that's our happiness to have a light bulb. Oh, I'm really happy I have a light bulb. So this mundane technology can be used for Krishna, internet or whatever. You can use it for him, smartphones, whatever. You can use all this stuff for Krishna, but I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, it will never, ever give you actual happiness, you see. I don't care how expert you are, whether you're Elon Musk, whatever you may be. You cannot be happy by material progress. If you don't believe me, give it a try. Time will prove I'm right. If you don't believe me, give it a try. You're welcome. Give it a shot. If you think me happy, material progress, give it a try. And I guarantee you finally say, Sankarshan Prabhu, you were right. I didn't get happy by material progress. You see. So anyway, what's the next sentence? Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism. Well, there's different kinds of mystic. You know, go to the Himalayas and become an expert yogi, even levitate off the snow. You see, there are different mystical powers you can develop. Yogis, for example. But this is beyond that, you see. You can surpass the Himalayan yogis without having to give up your job, your family, your income, and your comfortable apartment, whatever you may have. You don't have to give it up to become a mystic. You become the greatest mystic by understanding and practicing this knowledge. You become the greater than the Himalayan yogis and the Naga Babas at Kumbh Mela. You become more renounced, more highly elevated spiritually than any of these guys, you see. So why worry about becoming a Naga Baba, you know? Just become the greatest Baba, you see, the greatest transcendentalist by understanding and applying these teachings in your life. You understand this, Mataji? Does it make sense? Or are you spaced out, putting your mind somewhere else? You see? I ask everybody to tune in. There's not you had darshan, the curtains are closed. Now everybody give me your attention, please. You need to hear, actually there's a verse like this in the Bhagavatam. Yashatmi buddhi kuna predikradake svadi kalatraya dushu boma ijiti yatirtha buddhi salale nakara chit jane savagesa lesa gopadaha. If you think your bodily bag made of three elements, mucus, bile, and air is your very self, if you think those related to your material body, you're a kinsman, if you go to a holy place, if you consider your land of birth to be worshipable, if you go to a holy place simply to take bath or simply to take darshan, and you're not willing to hear from the sages, what does Bhagavatam say? You're no better than a cow or an ass. If you want to come here for darshan only, you don't want to hear, I'm sorry to say, my dear temple attendees, if you come for darshan, you don't want to hear anything, you're just a cow or an ass. Coming in, you're a cow or an ass coming in for darshan. You don't want to hear, you don't want any books, you don't want to hear, and you just want your darshan. My dear Radha Krishna, please give me a new Cadillac or whatever. Give me a house by the sea, Om Jagadisha Hari. You know, if you come here simply for darshan to beg for material goods, 𝗖𝗹𝘀𝘀, you're no better than a cow or an ass. Of course, it's better than an atheist. But if you really want to get the advantage of Krishna consciousness, come here and hear from the sadhus. There's so many wonderful preachers here. Hear what they have to say. Learn from them. This is your own culture, your Indian culture. You should learn your own culture, not be carried away by materialism. So then the next thing is, and one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time. Well, that's pretty good. Can you imagine not needing anything material thing at all? Just by this knowledge itself becomes ecstatic. You can just live in this knowledge. Just live in this knowledge. I'm not this body. I'm a spiritual being. I'm a part and parcel of God. I'm his eternal servant. His name is Krishna. He has these pastimes. Just becoming fixed in this knowledge, you can be ecstatic. No matter whether you're sick or healthy. Just like, I'm really sick right now. Viral infection in my lungs. But I'm blissed out. I'm in bliss because I'm swimming in this ocean of transcendental wisdom, you see. I'm deep sea diving in this ocean of transcendental wisdom, you see. So you can be, even on your deathbed, you can be ecstatic, you see. It's such an amazing thing. So try to become a little learned by reading these books. Even read one page every day and your life will be totally different. Get one of these, even you read one page every day. Your life, just take one of our books and make, oh, this is my read one page a day. Just keep a little bookmark and read one page every day. If you do that, your life will be completely transformed. You'll be living in another world. You won't be living in Pune anymore. You'll be living in the spiritual sky within your heart. If you don't believe me, try it. Take one page every day from Prabhupada's books, and you'll be, wow, I'm living in a new world now. It's not the same as it was before. I'm seeing through the eyes of the Scripture. And I'm realizing there's a whole dimension beyond what is seen by the ordinary folks walking down the street here in Pune, you see. I'm living in a whole other dimension. So it's all there, it's available. Take it or leave it, y'all, as we say in Texas. Take it or leave it. It's up to you, but I'm offering it to you free of charge. And you can take it or leave it. But if you take it, I guarantee you, is stated here, you relish this knowledge within yourself in due course of time. That's why you got to be a little patient. Krishna says, in due course of time. What is the Sanskrit? Kalinatmani vindati. It may take some time, you see. You got to be a little patient, you see. I know I began my path of spiritual searching in '67, and it took me 4 years to actually fully realize it, you see. I started searching for self-realization. I actually began in '65. It's interesting. The day that Prabhupada set foot on the American soil is the day I rejected materialism for happiness. At that time, the same time that Prabhupada set foot in Boston Harbor on the what is it? Name of the port? I forget. Huh? It's the name of the Commonwealth Port, yeah. The day Prabhupada set foot in Commonwealth Port is the exact time that I started questioning what is the meaning of life. I was raised as an American kid. Yeah, work hard, son. Get good grades, get in a good college, get a good degree, and you're all set. You can be happy. Get a nice suburban home, have a really nice tombstone at the end. It didn't cut it for me. What's the good of it working so hard to get a nice tombstone? It didn't hack it. It didn't hack it, you see. So that was, as soon as I got to my freshman year in college and Prabhupada set foot on Commonwealth Port, immediately, they say, what do you want to choose for your career, boy? Forget it. I want to know the meaning of life. What's the good of career if I don't even know why I exist, you see? So that was my question. They couldn't answer it. We studied all the great philosophers, you know, Socrates and Plato and Heidegger. Our college, we studied all the great philosophers. Nobody told me why I exist. Not one of these great philosophers in the West, the famous great philosopher Kant, Heidegger, none of them could tell me why I exist, you see. But I found out from Prabhupada, you see. Prabhupada could tell me, you see. My purpose of existence is to please Krishna. That's why I exist. Krishna is manifesting us from himself for the purpose of enjoying loving relationship. It's called bhakti rasa. We are bhakti rasa. Krishna wants us, he wants to enjoy loving, like he has Radharani, he has Ladita, Vishaka, he has Balaram. He wants unlimited loving relationships because he enjoys unlimitedly. So you have been manifested by Krishna as a spiritual being for the sole purpose of having a loving relationship with Krishna. Every one of you, Krishna is manifesting you from himself right now, at this very minute, as a spiritual being for the purpose of having a loving relationship with him. That's why we exist, for having a loving relationship with Krishna. So how do you establish it? It's very easy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That unlocks the door in your heart. See, right now our spiritual identity is locked tight within the ahankara, the false ego. But this key unlocks the lock and it opens it up. Oh yeah, my real self, you see. The spiritual being, the actual Atma becomes turned on. The Atma has been sleeping for millions of births, through millions of life forms. Your Atma has been asleep. That's what Lord Chaitanya says, Jeev Jago, Goda Chanda Bole. So, take advantage of this process. Take full advantage of it. Don't throw your life away running simply after money, rupees or whatever it may be. We call them bloopies. Rupees or bloopies. Don't run after rupees. Rupees will never satisfy you. Dollars or euros, none of it will actually satisfy you. I don't care if you're the wealthiest person in the whole world. What is this for? Why are you coming here? Huh? Oh, okay. That's a good reason. Okay. Got people tuning the internet also. Sorry for the internet people. We got muted by accident. Okay. So, does anybody have any challenges? You think I'm a crazy nut up here? You want to point out my faults? I'll hear what you have to say. If you think I'm wrong, I've said something wrong, please tell me. We can talk about it. And if you have questions, what I really like is the doubts. If you have a doubt you've always had about Krishna Bhakti, you've had a doubt about ISKCON. You ever had anybody you really doubted, made a doubt in your mind, you're always afraid to ask somebody about it? Well, now it's your chance. I love doubts about ISKCON, about Krishna consciousness, about this wisdom. Any doubts are all welcome. Flood me with your doubts, and we'll see if we can just shine the light to free you from your doubts, you see. But in the meantime, when you're looking things up, we'll look in the purport. And we have a question coming in from chat also. Oh, okay. That's done. Okay. Let's go into the purport a little bit more now. All right. Ignorance is the cause of our bondage, and knowledge is the cause of liberation. That's a very important thing. You see, ignorance, what does bondage mean? Bondage means caught up in identifying with this flesh and blood. That's bondage, you see. And that bondage is due to ignorance, you see. In other words, we don't have the proper training here in India or anywhere in the world. We're trained as little kids, my dear Amit or whatever, you're not that body, you're a spiritual being. We're not being trained properly in the schools, in the colleges, in the radio or TV, whatever, the social media, whatever it is, it's all it's 99.999% ignorance. And it's keeping us bound up in a suffering condition, you see. That's why we want to, and our mission in ISKCON is to out-propagandize all the whole multi-millions of oceans of false propaganda we're being bombarded with every day in schools, colleges, social media, wherever. Advertising. When I was a little kid, for example, when I was a kid, TV was the thing. No internet. TV was the new thing. For my parents, it was radio. In my generation, a new thing has been invented, television. And what did we hear on TV? A computer ad, there was a toothpaste called the 𝗷𝗀𝘀 toothpaste. And we heard this I'd say, the ad went, new 𝗷𝗀𝘀 toothpaste gives your mouth sex appeal. Can you imagine how we were trained as little kids? You're supposed to have sex appeal. You're going to be cool. You got to have sex appeal. You got to use 𝗷𝗀𝘀 so the girls will want to kiss you. I mean, you see how stupid it was. That's how we were trained as kids on TV. I mean, see how we are bombarded with false propaganda? It's horrible. It's a nightmare out there, this mundane propaganda. You know, and things go better with Coca-Cola. I still see those ads in India. Things go better with Coke. My parents were good. They did, because it has caffeine, they wouldn't let me take it. My parents were a little intelligent. No Coke for you, son. Sprite was okay, but not Coke. We were banned from it. I could never have Coke. My parents were a little bit, that was a good thing my parents did with me. But the point is being propagandized by all this garbage propaganda, and it's keeping us more and more and more and more in a suffering condition. So a question has come in, let's see. When does accomplishment let's see. When does it just disappeared. Oh boy. I lost my internet connection. Let's see, it's coming back. Anyway, let's look at some of these. All right. Why in due course of time? Why not immediately? Well, good news, ladies and gentlemen, it can be immediately. It can be immediately. Krishna says in course of time, but guess what? Another verse, if I remember the verse, sadhu sangha, sarva shastare kai, sadhu sangha lavamata sarva siddhi hoy. By the association of devotees, all the shastras declare, even in one lava mantra, an 11th of a second, you can achieve all perfection. So, it can be immediately. Just like mundane example, getting a PhD. You can struggle it out, high school, master's, PhD, working years after year, the papers, the exams, going through a long process. Now I'm PhD. Or sometimes what they do, they give an honorary PhD for someone who did something really amazing. So you can get instant prema bhakti. It's possible. Look what happened to Valmiki, for example. You see, he was a hunter. He met Narada Muni, and he said, Narada Muni said, just chant the name of Rama and you can get liberated. He said, me chant Rama's name? Are you kidding? Well, just chant the name of death. All right, I can do that. Mara. Mara turned into Rama, you see. So by the mercy of pure devotee, he became so, just imagine his level of perfection. He could see the whole Ramayana in every detail within his heart. Can you imagine seeing every detail of Ram Leela within his heart and write it all down? Wow. Just by one moment's association with Narada Muni. So if Narada Muni shows up in your life, take full advantage of it. But we have better than Narada Muni. We have Prabhupada, you see. Or as good as Narada Muni, depending on your vision. So it can come instantly, that's a fact. But normally it takes time, you see. Just like in our process, you take up our process, you work your way up to 16 rounds, getting up illicit sex, mating, intoxication, and gambling. Take shelter of one of our ISKCON gurus, get recommended for initiation, take initiation vows, and become very steady in your service to your spiritual master and to Srila Prabhupada. In this way, you gradually get being more and more fixed. You gradually bring that mind, that rascal mind under control. Gradually bring it more steady, more steady, more steady. So it takes time, you see. Normally it takes time, but there are exceptions. So if you can beg for an exception, that's great. If you get an exception, I'll become your disciple. If you get an exception, become like a Valmiki, I'll become your student. So it can be done quickly, yes. So try for it quickly and be prepared to take time also. Either way, you're okay. Okay. How can I remain Krishna conscious? Let's see if I can get this thing working again. It got disconnected. How can I remain Krishna conscious while performing my material duties as a job as a grahastha? Very nice question. I appreciate that. One of our great Vaishnava acharyas was a householder and a responsible government official. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a responsible householder, a government official, and a pure devotee all at the same time. And his son became Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's guru. So he could have children, he could have pure devotee children. Just imagine. So we should follow in the footsteps of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and see how he did it. You can study his writings. We have nice bhajans by Bhaktivinoda. If you take up the mood of Bhaktivinoda, I guarantee you can become a Pakka Vaishnava householder. I'll give you an example of Bhaktivinoda's teachings. I love bhajans, and this is one of my favorites. I'll give you a little sample of his bhajan, where he as a householder is writing how to become Krishna conscious. It's he says, Gai 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗱 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gai 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗱 𝗕𝗵𝘀𝗀 Sandhadi bole dakho Sukhe dukke bulo nako Varane hardi nam koro re gai 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗱. Whether you're a householder living in one of those high-rise apartment buildings in Pune, you see, or you're a sadhu living in a different tree every night, he says, always chant, Sadahari Bolo Yidako. Always chant the names of the Lord. And he says, Suke Duke Bulo Varane Harinam Kodore. Whether you're happy, whether you're depressed, whether you're healthy or sick, wherever you may be, just fill your lips with the holy name. You see. So a householder can also fill his lips with the holy name. He can make his whole life centered around chanting Hare Krishna. He rises early in the morning before the sunrise. He goes to sleep as early as possible at night. He rises early in the morning and he chants the japa with a great feeling. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He takes breakfast prasadam. He goes to his office. And a little trick is put a Bhagavad Gita on your desk, you see. You have your desk, it's sitting there, put a Gita there on your desk. It's sitting there all day long. You can hear, you see Krishna and Arjuna while you're doing your work. You're looking all day. Krishna is right there with you doing your whole job. You get Krishna and Balaram right there. Krishna and Arjuna right there with you. So you can easily Krishnaize your job. You see. What I did is I wore tilak to work when I had a job. And I performed much better when I had tilak. My boss ordered me to wear tilak because he saw I worked much better with tilak than without tilak. In India, I mean, I was in America, I wore tilak, you can imagine. In America, I wore tilak to my job. And the boss loved it. He said, my Karmi name is Bridge. He said, Mr. Bridge, you must wear that every day. He's ordered me to wear tilak. He saw I did much better work when I had tilak on because I was fired up. Yeah. Vaishnavism, yeah. See? So just be fired up to be Krishna conscious. Bring some prasadam to put in the break room for all the workers, you know. Just see how you can make devotees at your job. Invite people to the temple. Take your job as a great opportunity to earn money for a Krishna conscious lifestyle and to support the ISKCON movement. In this way, you can have an ecstatic life as a householder. What is the best prayer I should offer while taking darshan? Well, there's so many prayers. Of course, Hare Krishna is there. There's many, many prayers. I know, but I know we have, my wife and I have some little deities of Radha and Damodar. They're beautiful little deities. And what I really relish is I would wake them in the morning, and then I after waking them, while I was again dressing them, I would chant the Vrindavan Mahimamrita. Personally, I really love that one. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohan Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalandi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. It goes on for many verses. I really like that one when I was doing deities, the deity service. You find some, you can always chant Hare Krishna, or you can just beg, my dear Radha and Krishna, please bless me that I can become your pure devotee. There's so many things you can do. The thing is, Krishna is not a statue, he's a real person. He's a real person who's the source of your existence, who loves you unlimitedly, who wants you to awaken pure love for him. Just deal with him as a person. Chant a prayer for his pleasure. You can pray in the mood of the great acharyas, not your own concocted, give me this, give me that. But you can beg for pure bhakti. That's a beautiful prayer. My dear Gaurnitai, please bless me with prema bhakti. I'm suffering here in the cycle of birth and death. Please bless me with prema bhakti. So there's some samples. Okay. All right. Every day I am ready, let's see. let's see if I can read it. Yeah. Every day I'm reading the Prabhupada's books, Jai, 2 or 3 books daily. Very good, very good. 45 minutes, Jai. But the material attachments is still there. Well, it takes time. Kala not mani vindati. We've been attached to material sense gratifications for millions and billions of lifetimes. So I can guarantee if you're chanting 16 rounds of any of these books, 40 minutes a day, gradually, the material attachments are going down, down to 0. So just keep reading. Be patient and keep reading. And I guarantee you should be initiated also by the bona fide spiritual master. Maybe you already are. But the thing is, you just be patient. You've been caught up here for millions of lifetimes. If I guarantee you, if you keep practicing like this, your perfection is guaranteed. Trust me. You explained that the rupee and the dollar are scientific inventions and can't give us happiness. Yeah, modern day, money will not, they say money is sweeter than honey. But it's actually bitter like poison, really, if you use it for sense gratification. If you use it for Krishna, it's very nice. You bring Lakshmi back to Krishna, back to Narayan, then money is transcendental. It's spiritual, actually. When you collect money for your own Krishna conscious lifestyle as a householder, or you're connecting it to give to ISKCON, that money is transcendental. It's Lakshmi Devi, you see. But if you use it for sense gratification, it's bitter poison. Bitter poison. That answers that question. So anyway, we got a little bit of time left. Let's see what happens here. Unfortunately, you lost the internet people. Let's see, we can. So let's do a little summary here. We got 5 or 6 minutes left. And I really want you people to not throw your life down the drain, you know. I really hope that every one of you sitting here in this room can be very, very conscious. Some people are just looking at the altar. I don't know why they're not even looking. Some people are just looking at the altar. They're not even really hearing the class, you see. That makes me, I'm disappointed to see these ladies just looking at the altar, not even tuned into the class, you see. But most of you are tuned in, that's very nice. We need to, as I mentioned, if you come to darshan only and not to hear, 𝗖𝗹𝘀𝘀, a cow and an ass. So we need to really tune in to what Krishna is saying, and those who are preaching the words of Krishna, hearing submissive in the bona fide spiritual master is the secret how to become free from all anxieties, you see. When Prabhupada came, just amazing thing. We just wanted to hear, and sit at Prabhupada's lotus feet and hear. And that's what Prabhupada said about his spiritual master. Bhaktisiddhanta, if you ever read his writings, he spoke in very, very erudite English. The materialistic demeanor cannot possibly stretch to the transcendental autocrat. That's kind of English he was speaking. Very, very erudite English. You have to get an unabridged dictionary to follow what he's saying. Even an English speaker, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's amazing stuff, you see. And so Papa said, I would hear, I would understand and not understand, but still I go on hearing, you see. And there was some lecture at one temple in Braj, and everybody went for darshan, because they couldn't understand what Maharaj was saying. They all went for darshan except for a small number, including this young boy named Abhay Chadha, you see. And Bhaktisiddhanta noted, he hears very nicely, accept him as my disciple, you see. So you want to become qualified take shelter of the bona fide gurus, you have to hear submissively. And that qualifies you to take shelter, initiation, where you get your ticket back to home, back to Godhead. So submissive hearing is very, very important. I'm trying to convince everybody here in the room tonight, give me your full attention, undivided attention, because hearing the words coming from the bona fide spiritual master deliver you from the cycle of birth and death. So that was, I remember when Prabhupada came, it was just amazing. Everybody would go in total ecstasy. Prabhupada has come, now we can sit and hear him speak. And every word, we just lean on his every word coming from his mouth. It's the sweetest nectar, you see. Drinking is ambrosia, hearing the words coming from Prabhupada's lotus mouth. We love every word. And that's That's the key. Hearing, hearing, hearing. That's the whole foundation. There's 9 processes beginning with hearing, you see. If you can hear nicely, you're on the pathway. That was just like Maharaj Parikshit. You see, he heard very carefully from Sukadeva, you see. That's how he became qualified. Actually, Maharaj Parikshit was cursed by a mistake he made in the forest. He went into a sage's hut wanting some water. The sage was absorbed in meditation. So he became a little angry. He made a big mistake. He garlanded the sage with a snake. The big mistake he made. Why I'm not received, but I can't even have the water or anything. And the little boy, the son of the Brahmin, became, my father was insulted, so he cursed the king. Can you imagine that he will die in 7 days by snake bite? Can you imagine the power of Brahmins in those days? Even the son of a Brahmin had the power to curse the king, and his words would come true. Just see the power of words 5,000 years ago. The little boy, Shringi, a little son of a Brahmin, could curse the king, and he would die within 7 days. It couldn't be reversed. That was the power the Brahmins once had, you see. Not the so-called Brahmins now, big Brahmin belly Brahmins. You see? No. But anyway, so he was cursed to die for 7 days. He wondered what to do. He was sitting there, all the sages came, and nobody knew what to do. But then Sukadeva Goswami says, if you hear this, you hear for 7 days, that will be your perfection. So he said, for 7 days, no eating, no sleeping, no bathroom breaks. He simply said for 7 days and heard the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that book has been translated by Prabhupada. You can get a whole set, put it in your home and worship it and read something every day. We have that available here in the bookshop, a whole set of Bhagavatams. That's Prabhupada's main work for translation, Bhagavatam. So if you can read Bhagavatam every day, we have class every morning on Bhagavatam. Whenever you can come, it's a great blessing to hear a Bhagavatam class. So that was in the ISKCON days, but old days, every day we'd hear Bhagavatam class. That was the sweetest nectar. Every day, Bhagavatam. From the lotus mouth of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. So you say, well, what can I do? I wasn't here then. But if you're reading Prabhupada's books, you see, Prabhupada has packed his entire personality, all of his divine potencies that he showed with us when we were with him back in the 60s and 70s. Those divine potencies are all packed in these books. Just imagine if Prabhupada came to your home and you have your own private darshan with Prabhupada right there in your home. It's right there. Just get these books, read a page every day at least, and you have Prabhupada sitting right with you in your home, blessing you with prema bhakti. So anything else? Our time we got about 30 seconds. Anything else from the assembled Vaishnavas? Any complaints? Any complaints? Yes. What's he saying? Huh? Yeah, we have it all recorded. You can actually read. You can read his lectures and hear him. They're in the database. All the lectures are written out, and you can hear him and read him at the same time. That's really cool. You can hear and read his lectures simultaneously. Hare Krishna, Jai Hare.
Hare Krishna. Let us thank Prabhuji for his wonderful class on this special verse by once loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We have some very wonderful books displayed here on the counter. So please come and take a copy, and Prabhuji will personally sign it also. They are very wonderful books explaining the philosophy of Krishna consciousness in a very simplistic manner. You can have a copy and take advantage of it. Hare Krishna.